apparently we have to it's imperative that we find out what time it is on the moon.
Does anybody really know what time it is?
That would be my question. Anybody really care what time it is on the moon?
They do.
People do.
Yes.
And again, I don't know why, but apparently one of the mind-bending quirks of our universe is the trouble with timekeeping.
Right.
Did you know that seconds tick by ever so slightly faster on top of a mountain peak than they do in the valleys on Earth? Did you know that?
Just why we have to catch up and slow down, every forget how often. I mean, I'm sure the story has how they fix it every so often, but they make it right because we have to have it right.
Right. Yep. On the lunar surface, a single Earth day would be roughly 56 microseconds shorter than on Earth. So, I mean, it's a tiny number, obviously, but it can lead to significant inconsistencies over time.
Yeah.
And you want to be really accurate.
You have to be.
So we got to put clocks on the moon.
Is
that weird?
I wanted
That's weird.
I wanted a watch
digital.
with moon time.
Yeah.
I remember talking. About. I want
that
the
would
moon
be
time
cool.
watch. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
In fact, they have. I think Glenn has a watch with it's a moon watch. I don't know if it tells moon time. I don't think it does.
There is no moon time. What
right.
are we talking
it doesn't
about? It
tell
doesn't
moon time, but it has the moon on the face
You know
of it.
what? Good for
cool.
him. But he doesn't have
one of the
with
many
moon time because it doesn't
one of the
exist.
17,000 super expensive watches he owns.
Was it crafted on the moon?
It was crafted, yes.
Yeah.
Neil Armstrong invented it while he was there.
Wow.
Yeah. Little known fact. And so it's kind of cool. But I guess if we put some sort of, they have the, what do they call it? It's not the Greenwich Mean Time, but the other timekeeping thing. I don't know. It's nuclear time or something. But it's super, super accurate. And that's what they want to put up on the moon to tell the time there so that you're accurate to the microsecond.
Correct. I mean, look,
interesting.
They're fighting over everything on the moon now.
Yes, because there's a space race again.
Yeah. And I mean, China is saying they want exclusionary zones. Mm-hmm. We want to have an area to go ahead and land and then make ours, right? So that we can make a production zone on the moon to launch other rocket ships to other planets. The fight is on.
It is.
The fight is on for that.
Who's going to get there first? Are we going to get there before? I'll get there again. By the way, we've been there 6 times. But we're going to get there again before China does, right? With a manned flight to the moon. And what we want to do now.
Yes.
Yeah. What they did something cool. They went to the dark side of the moon and landed.
That's the thing. There's only a limited space. I heard one space expert talking. I was listening to her, and she's talking about there's a limited space where they can build and thrive, and that's why they're fighting over it.
Yeah, for a base there.
Right,
where everybody's looking to put a base on the moon right now.
Yeah,
which I don't think is ever going to happen.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
Is that the same? You don't think so that we're not going to go to the Mars?
We're not going to do that either.
Even if we have coordinated lunar time,
even if
LTC,
even if we have coordinated lunar time,
they say they want it by 2026.
I know they say that. I know they've been saying that for a long time. It's just not going to happen because we got too many problems here that people are going to start screaming about. As soon as we spend the kind of money to get to the moon that needs to be spent, or to Mars that needs to be spent, you're going to hear the progressives whining and screaming and insisting that we spend our money doing something else, just like they did in 1973, that ended NASA, essentially. Ended the moon shots, anyway. We had more Apollo missions planned, and they had to scrap them.
Yeah.
They just dumped it all.
Just went away.
It just gone. Because we had all the whining. And people say, well, I think that's why I think the moon has been faked, because why haven't we been back since? Progressives, leftists, idiots, buffoons. That's why we haven't been back to the moon, because they didn't see any value in it, even though we got, 30,000 products from the moonshot and trying to get there and overcoming the obstacles that we had to overcome with the technology that was developed because of NASA. It was way worth it. It helped mankind. How do you like your GPS system? How do you like your cell phone? That's all thanks to the moonshot.
How do you like your Tang?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
More importantly,
thank you.
Tang.
The thing is, even aside from all that, and you're 100% correct, and we've covered that before. But the interview that I was listening to with this Dr. Kelly Wienersmith, I believe is her name.
I love Dr. Kelly Wienersmith.
Yeah, she was awesome. This interview was awesome. I'd love to talk to her.
Well, the entire Wienersmith family I find fascinating.
Kelly is top notch. Kelly's the top.
Is
the leader of the family.
Lead Wienersmith.
But she broke down when you talk about going to Mars, right? And how difficult it would be, because now you're talking about babies. Who has them? Are you going to make if a baby is?
What do you mean? Who has them?
You're going to have to make sure that you send couples up. Not just man.
Oh, are you talking about to colonize Mars?
Yes.
Oh, that's never going to happen. We're not going to colonize. You don't have to worry about that. Don't even worry about that, because it's not going to happen.
What's healthy? Who owns the land? Food, sex laws.
Pat
all
said,
of it.
"Don't worry about it." So
don't worry about it.
Why are you still talking? Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
He said, "Don't worry about it."
Right. It's not going to happen. So don't worry about the colonization of Mars.
I was just listening to Dr. Kelly Wienersmith.
Kelly Wienersmith can relax, because it's not happening. So just tell Kelly. Yeah, relax. Relax, Puddin'. All right? It's not going to happen.
Okay, whatever.
Colonize Mars. I wonder if we'll ever even get there.
I don't know. Well, we have the rocket. We do have the rocket launch supposed to happen on Saturday, tomorrow. The Boeing rocket's supposed to go up with two...
To Mars?
Going to the ISS.
Again, we're talking about Mars here.
Yeah.
No, this one isn't going to Mars.
Okay, but then why you bring it up? Again, we go back to that.
Yeah, where did Mars come from then?
Dr. Kelly Wienersmith.
Oh, okay.
What are we talking about?
Again, tell Kelly. Don't worry about it, Puddin'.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to happen.